Ninja the cat. This is Two Red Chairs. I'm Kearon, and today I'm going to be joined by magician and wordsmith Adam Axford, and possibly his cat Ninja. There you go.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for. Holy shit! Did he just jump from the outside balcony to the inside?
He's a ninja. I've lost him. He's gone. He's got a mind of his own.
Hey, give me the cliff notes on you. Just give me the 30-second intro. Go.
My name's Adam. I am a magician, mentalist, and environmentalist, and I honestly believe that magic can inspire all of us to live a more positive life and make some more conscious choices and changes to our behavior. Magic is essential.
Yeah, perfect. That pretty much sums you up. I met this guy when I was doing a shoot of an event that you were at in a big theatre, and he blew me away. And at the same time, I thought, this guy's approachable. I'll have a chat with him. Then we've become mates since then. And you know, I'm someone that likes to know how things work, but this guy's still got me befuddled. And you've come over for dinner at least once and done some magic over here, and it's just, yeah, it's mind blowing. So
Thank you.
And I'm not talking about big box magic, big props and stuff. I'm talking about, here's the thing right in front of you, boop. Yeah, that's
sure.
a killer. Have you ever been chased down the road with someone asking you how you did something?
I kinda, yeah. I've also had the opposite, where someone runs away from me because of something that I've done.
What sort of stuff do you like doing the best?
What sort of stuff? Okay, so there's like two sides to the magic that I'll do. Some things will be visual. I may as well show you a piece of visual magic right now,
Please.
if you're ready.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a ring. This could be your ring, but because of the isolation, I'll use my own. So I sort of like to demonstrate skill with sleight of hand and something every day, like a ring. Now listen, the ring goes on easy. I guess that's symbolic of marriage, but it's really difficult to get it off, which could be symbolic of the difficulties of separating from that marriage. So off and boom, back on again. But follow this closely. We'll do this in slow motion, and you see as it goes through the finger and back. Oh, wrong hand. Back on over here. Perfect. I'll do this for your eye line so you see it straight down.
Okay, I'm watching.
And boom. Catch that? Straight through the finger. Now look, the coolest part is getting this ring back on the ring finger, but by throwing it, you see? So I have to catch it. We'll do that again, just like here, and boom, and you catch it on the finger. Now I'm going to let you have this, but of course, like I said, it's always back on the ring finger. So something like that is visual, and it involves sleight of hand. I practice the moves. It's just a regular ring, and these are things that I'll work on, and I want things to look a certain way so that we can create little illusions, yeah? But the other side to the work I do is idea-based. Now, I feel like the biggest thing in the world is an idea, and it takes up zero space. So if I can take an idea to the stage, then I can have a room of 500, 1,000 people, and I just need to go on with a little box of props and a whiteboard or a projection screen. I don't need the big props to do the illusions. The illusions are about the ideas in your mind and the ideas that link us all together. We'll do a few more bits and pieces in a moment.
Well, man, thanks, man. That's the mentalist part of you being a mentalist. I mean, is my understanding of the term correct when I say you're planting an idea, someone thinks they've come up with it themselves, and then you pull what it was? I've been in a room where you've had, I don't know, at that theatre in Chatswood a couple of years ago, maybe 300 people in there, and you've thrown a piece of paper out into the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's whoever caught the bit of paper was who ended up on stage. So there's no way you could have planned who caught that bit of paper. And so that was the random part. And then you got up there and you got them to choose a number from 1 to 100. And then you got them to unwrap the piece of paper, and it was the number they'd chosen.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I like to play. That's it. That sort of stuff. Or we can do something similar. I've got something beautiful to finish this chat with, but while we're sort of building up to it, let's try this.
All right.
So I'm going to do this for you.
I'm sitting here like a grinning idiot because I have no idea what you're going to do, but I just know I'm just going to get sucked in.
Definitely. Yeah, this is going to get you. So I'm currently, I'm just starting to write a Zoom show. So I want to be able to take like one of my 45-minute stage shows and put that out on the internet in a way that can be interactive, kind of like the way we're interacting now, except I just found out that on the Zoom platform, I can mirror my iPhone screen onto the screen that you're watching.
Okay,
so next
great.
to my face, you'd also have my screen feed, which means when I'm doing a lot of these like up-close tricks, I like to use phones a lot, and it's not because technology is being used, but it's because we have phones in our hands so often. It would be a terrible shame to not include them as a regular day-to-day part of our lives.
Yeah, sure.
With the distance, it's very difficult to do that over Skype. Now I can have an overlay on the screen of the iPhone screen, like right here. Okay. And then if I'm scrolling here, you get to see what's happening. So this has just opened my mind up to this new idea, new possibility. So, all right. So, okay, let's try this. I have written a prediction down here. I've written a prediction down here, and I'm going to show it to you at some point in the near future. But before this, I want you to imagine that you get a phone call, and this phone call is the good news we've all been hoping for. It's we've found a vaccine, or the virus is on a decline, and we've only got, say, 10 days left of quarantine, and business is going to kick in again. Our events are going to start again. So imagine you receive this good luck call.
That already is quite freaky to me, because in the last 10 seconds, my Uncle Frank I never talked to just called me, and I just hung up on him because we're doing this. That could be the phone call.
Well, do me a favor, Kearon. I didn't know that call came through. You just surprised me with this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I could have known. I want you to go into that call and have a look on your phone, and you should be able to see when he called you.
Yeah, it was, just now? It was seconds ago.
Okay, well, so rather than just now, I want you to look at the previous call that you've had. Has it got the time of that on there too?
Oh, okay. Well, it means I'll lose your feed, but I'll see what actual time you called. You want the numbers, do you?
Sure.
Okay, all right. And my audience can see this on the feed, because guess what? Don't
tell me that time until you can see me on the screen again.
Oh, right, okay. Don't tell you the time. Okay. So up the top there where it says Frank Collin, there is a time. All right? You don't know the time because we're not sending you my feed. Okay.
I'm still holding this prediction up, okay?
Yep. Okay, so I know the time. The audience knows the time. What are you going to do? All right.
I want you to come back to me. Let me see you.
I'll let you see me. Okay. Hang on.
Cool.
All right. Wait a sec.
And you need to see me too. All right, we've got this. I just want to see your reaction for this. So I've got this prediction here.
I'm scared.
You could have thought of anything. You had mentioned the call yourself. That's organic. But you remember the time of the call, hours and minutes. What was that time?
3:44.
Okay, so what I like about this is it genuinely could have been any time at all. Now, I made a prediction, and I wrote something down on this pad. If this matches, can you imagine? Look, I'll show you.
Check my watch. I'm not wearing a watch, so I'll be checking your watch.
My watch. I better check my watch.
Let me just get me out of the way. 3:44. It's not 3:44 now, and that's what time the call was. Okay. All right.
Well, do you want me to do this again? We'll do it. I'm going to set another little time. Let's rotate to this. Okay, look, I'm not going to make it so intricate. So this is like on the quarters, yeah? But you can choose any hour you want. So whatever you want. What time of day? Say 1/4 past, 1/2 past, 1/4 on the hour, whatever it is. What time?
Oh, pick one. 1/4.
Yeah.
I'm a looking forward kind of guy.
1/4 what?
2.
2, okay. So what's awesome about this, mate, is that you've had any opportunity to choose a time and to change your mind. I set this myself. I'm going to show it to you. If this matches, then we've got a genuine little magic moment.
Okay, you said that before I said that, and I could have said anything.
This is why I'm always late, mate. My watch is like always wrong. So.
I'm just going to kill my video feed for a sec, so we've got a clean feed on you.
Perfect. That's good.
All right, that's nuts. This is the face of, yeah. I think I'm an easy read. I think people can tell if I'm faking it. That's nuts. I think last time I felt like this, you got me up on stage at one of your shows, along with somebody else, and blows my mind. Legend. Well, I appreciate it, mate. You definitely, you helped me out. I remember the precise trick, actually. This was the end of 2018. I did a show to raise money for asylum seekers, and you came down, and I brought you on stage for a piece of card magic, but I didn't touch the cards. You held them. I put you under pressure, made you answer some questions, and narrowed down to one playing card. And we timed how long that took. Yeah. And let's just say it took 21 seconds. I got you to take the cards out of the pack and count to the 21st card, and it was the one that you had named. It's one of my favorite pieces to do. It's risky, it does go wrong, but we pulled it off on that night. So cheers. Wow. And you also have these tricks I've noticed where it looks like it's gone wrong, and then everyone's like, oh, it went wrong, and then you seem embarrassed and you go, oh, what's on the other side of the card? And there's the answer, and yeah. This is Ninja. This is Ninja. Ninja is my saving grace. He's too cool for school, but he's a Rasta cat. You can tell he's got like a Bob Marley style Jamaican collar, so gotta love it. Yeah, he lives here rent free, so he's got it made. So do I at the moment. Who's paying their rent at the moment? God, you got to be crazy, right? Oh well, yeah. I'm someone with a mortgage for this studio. I tell you what, it's interesting times. Interesting times. Show me some magic for that, and I'll be super impressed. I'm working on it myself. Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I figure out that method. I promise. Is there any sort of way that you can make a buck from one-on-one Zoom magic shows, where you're interacting with someone as we are now? Yeah, for sure. So I've received an inquiry for the 10th of May, and this was 2 or 3 days ago, about me doing a Zoom call to a woman and her mother, and they are separated via distance, 250k or something. Yeah. And her mum loves magic, so she's introduced her mum to Zoom so they can chat, and she's going to surprise her on May 10th with a show from me. Now, I'll call through, and whoever's in the room is in the room, but we'll have this interactive potential where I can, share magic like we're doing, and the goal would be a 40-minute show. So I'm pretty excited. Be my first paid booking in lieu of after this quarantine situation sort of coming into effect. So wow, exciting changes. Yeah, exciting changes. So the next step is corporate work drinks on a Friday, having this offering so that 30, 40 staff can tune in at once, and I can kind of choose people to help me out. So it should be good. Oh, wow. And of course, then wow. I'm just loving talking to people and finding out about what new opportunities this shit COVID-19 situation has presented with people. And, there are people who go, well, I got nothing to do, I'll sit around and watch Netflix. But there are people who actually don't have the choice of doing that because they've got to earn a living. And it's people like you and me in the arts who have to do that. And I'm loving that opportunity came out. There's no way, I think, someone like you may ever look at doing a show across Zoom as an opportunity, if not for this situation. Is that the case? Yeah, I've got to do it. I mean, look, I hadn't thought about doing it before, but now it's going to be something else that I'm going to be polished at, really. This could go on for a month, 2 months, 6 months, whatever it is. I'm kind of used to spending my creative time unpaid to get to the point where you get that booking that kind of back pays the effort you put in, So that's always been my method. I'm 34 and I've never been traditionally employed. I've never had a boss. I've never had a job to go to outside of what I've sort of created with my own opportunities, my own skills and talents, and some family businesses back in the day. So
to go and seek some other form of regulated hourly pay to sort of get me through this, it really conflicts with my operating system for my well-being, for my like mental well-being, for my output. So I just got to do what it is that I love to do and find a new way of doing it, despite the setbacks and the limitations. So one door closes and a new window pops up. Yeah.
I love positivity backed by action. That's a big thing.
It definitely helps. Yeah,
man.
I've been staying positive through it all. It's either positivity or blind stupidity, one of the two.
You're also a wordsmith.
Correct.
A wordsmith, I guess you might say the term is someone who beats words into a shape that's useful to a purpose.
That's a beautiful description. I've never really thought about layering the smithery aspect to it in its description, but thank you. I will steal that from you. And,
Captain Obvious here. I'm always up to point out the bleeding obvious in any situation. You're welcome.
Well, I guess I overlook the obvious sometimes, but yes, I very much enjoy the power of language, which is why a majority of my shows, I talk a lot, and it's the ideas. Like I said, I feel like an idea is huge, so we can take just the idea and fill the space, fill the auditorium with that idea, and that requires good communication skills. So I'm hoping I've got those on lock. This is it. I've got a few bits of poetry I work with as well. It's not like that's my avenue for performance, or it's just something that I enjoy to do. And sometimes you wake up with something in mind, and I'll jot that and put them in mind, and then replay them on stage or on the internet, or just in my own head.
Speaking of stage, because you do stage stuff to hundreds of people, or you'll do small corporate group stuff, or you'll just do one-on-one out in the street. I know you'd get a different buzz from every kind of arena, if you like. But what do you find the most immediately satisfying yourself? When you pull off a thing and a whole crowd goes, whoa! Or when you freak out someone standing next to you?
Yeah, when I get a good stage performance going, and I kind of really relaxed into my sort of persona now. I just be myself and don't care, and just trust that Adam will handle it. So I don't over-rehearse. I just kind of know what it is I want to say, know what it is I want to do, and wing it. And that's been beautiful. So when I step off the stage after a successful act or a successful show, it feels amazing, because it's like I'm fulfilling my purpose and I'm just channeling what I've worked at in order to make this work. It's not like I'm remembering lines or tracing my footsteps through all of the rehearsals. I don't work like that. I tend to rehearse the bits separately, and then I'll string them all together in a way that kind of feels natural on the night, so there's still room for ad-libbing and still room for jokes and teasing with certain audience members, or accepting my own mistakes as some form of joke if I mess up or something. It opens the windows up for that. But when I'm up close in the crowd, I get to literally manipulate people physically as well as mentally, and you get unearned proximity, so it enables me to do things like pinch a watch, or put something in someone's pocket without them realizing. And that level of physical violation is always really well received, because doing something up there on stage is one thing, doing it on the screen is another. But you were right in front of me. How did you? So and that's it. And you'll hear this time and time again. I watch it on TV, and you just think it's been set up, and you think it's all nonsense. But when I've seen that, oh my God, in real life, and people will hold their head, and it's beautiful to see that, because they have these little realities collapsing in front of them, and it's my purpose. I've got to do a good job there.
I love it, because I like to think, maybe a lot of people do, I like to think I'm a pretty switched on guy. Part of my job is reading people and continuing a conversation where I think it'll go to get someone's genuine part. So I look at a lot of body mechanics for what people are saying or what they're not saying about how they feel about how they're saying stuff. And so when I've seen you do magic, I'm watching you. And, you're either the devil or you're very good.
I'm still figuring that out. Let's see if we can try something interactive together right now.
Okay. Do you need to see me on your feed, or are you good now?
No, not at all. Not at all. I want to try this blindly.
Right.
You ever solved one of these before?
Oh yeah.
You have solved one.
Sorry.
Have you solved one before?
Have I solved one before? Not without a book.
Not without a book.
No,
right.
no. You give me way more credit than I'm due, mate. If you think I've solved one of those.
Well, it's not so terrible. It's not so terrible. I've got it down to about 1:30, 1:20. But speed is not my priority with this. I've got some other ideas to play with.
Okay.
So the thing with a Rubik's Cube is if I was to write down the number of potential scrambles, let's say that's a scramble, and then that's a new one, and that's a new one.
Yep.
Like the number of potential scrambles is just too long to make any sense of. It's like 45 zeros in there or something ridiculous.
Okay.
So instead I compare these to people, because every person has only so many attributes they can change about themselves. It could be the way that they look, the behaviors that they sort of put out there into the world through choices of work, places you wish to go, hopes and dreams, people you associate with. So despite these limitations, it's the ever-shifting flow of these in combination that create an unfathomably unique individual in you, me, and everybody viewing. So I'm going to get you to mix this. And how we're going to do it is we're going to start with the top, and we can either go 1 or 2.
Oh, okay.
3 turns, yeah, because 4 will put it back where it was. So I'll point here, and we're going to turn the top one. Do you want to go once, twice, or 3 times?
Let's go twice.
1, 2. Good. Now we're going to go to this side one, and we're going to twist this.
Let's go once on that side.
Once, okay. Now we'll go to the middle section, and maybe this will turn the whole lot. So do you want to go 1, 2, or 3?
Let's go 3.
1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Perfect. And we may as well give it a little twizzle. And how about this top section? What do you want?
Let's go twice.
1, 2, and we'll go over here. Might turn this. Why not? I'm just going to give this a throw and catch it, so I don't know what order it's in. Top section. How many?
Let's go once.
Once, and we're going to do 2 more.
Right.
Tell you what we can do to face, and we'll turn this. What do you want? 1, 2, or 3?
Let's go 3.
1, 2, and 3, and pick a side, Kearon.
I like orange, so let's go the vertical orange side.
So there we go.
Oh, you can't see it because no, sorry. Turn it back around.
Oh God. There.
Okay, stop. The side facing me, on your right hand. Yep, that bit there. Yeah, turn that once. Yeah, that bit. Yeah, Luke.
Good?
Yep, okay. Cool.
So what I love about this, mate, is that you've created this, and I won't lose this from shot because I don't want any idea of a switch happening. This wasn't about you solving it. And this was about those potential combinations that I was telling you about. Yep. There are so many that if you was to have 1 cube per combination, like you could cover the whole planet in Rubik's cubes, not 1 layer, but like 300 layers deep. Every cube would be different. Every cube would be unique. And somewhere amid all of those cubes would be one solved one, the only one of its kind, just like all the others, you know? So for me to be able to predict this, the only real method that I can think of outside of what I'm about to do is to have a pile of all of those cubes, and whatever combination you've mixed this to, I reach down and I grab the same one, and I prove to you that we've got this match. Yeah?
Right, okay,
Which
yes.
is unlikely, right? But
yeah. Okay, I'm with you, yeah.
But we'll try it, because I do think that we do have a matching side. Yeah? But there isn't just one side on the cube, there's 2. In fact, there's 3 sides. There's 4, 5, and 6 sides on a cube that you've mixed for me, right? So in the process of this, mate, you've created an exact match with my prediction over here. Now, I would like to add one more statistic about the cube before we wrap this impossibility up.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how scrambled a cube is, it takes a maximum of 20 moves to solve it. A maximum.
Really?
You just need to know what moves they are, otherwise you have to take a much longer route to get back to square one. So, being the rule breaker that I am, I don't really look at those rules and take them seriously. I think that if we can start realizing that the rules are for everyone else, then we can control our own outcomes, and we haven't got to worry about what the rest of the planet are doing. So thank you Very much, mate. That's my first time sharing a Rubik's Cube trick over the internet. I think we pulled it off.
Yep, I think that's one to keep, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Axford. You know, it would have been really, really harsh if I'd have stopped for a sponsor message before the reveal. That would be rule breaker and cliffhanger.
That would be YouTube advert kicking in right at the crucial moment of the video. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, yeah. I don't stream these on YouTube. I stream them on Facebook. But I'm thinking of also doing them live down to Instagram TV as well. We're gonna figure that bit out.
Ah, how you could stream it live during this process. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's already streamed live, but to go to more than one platform.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Epic.
Wow. Okay. What to say to that? All right. What? I mean, you're a magician with a black cat.
Correct.
Does it hurt you to think that you're, I mean, you're an outside the box kind of guy, but that seems like a very playing to a cliche thing.
I didn't choose Ninja. Ninja chose me, so you're going to have to consult with him about that little conflict.
Can you think of anything worse than trying to include an animal in a magic act?
Oh, dude, yeah, including a kid.
Yeah, animals won't do what you want them to do at any time.
Along with people who volunteer, they're the worst. Too.
Oh yeah, the ones who sit there. The me.
All right, you can come on stage, and I want you to hold this envelope and make sure no one goes near it. Perfect. Now take a seat.
Do you do much of that?
Just give them a job so they feel important. Perfect.
Hey, have you done any shows at for really like ritzy private affairs where you walk in, you go, people live like this? Have you done any of that sort of stuff?
Yeah, mate, I have. Oh God, I think it was. I'm trying to think when it was. It was like a 21st birthday in November, and it was I want to say Point Piper, somewhere around there.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of old money in Point Piper. So.
Oh mate, yeah, I know. I mean, like, I don't want to say the specific family, but definitely people in the neighborhood profited immensely during the colonization of this country. Let's put it that way. Lots of old money there. So. Yeah, we had this awesome booking, and it was a kind of a group of young individuals, all turning like 21 at the moment, that I have been involved with, like a group of like the older brother. His 21st birthday was 3 years back. So since different people in the group have booked me along for their family events and birthday events.
Cool.
So I love them. They're great. Every time I see them, they're all like private school kids, but they're very, very wonderful people, and it's good, high quality people, and that's what's a blessing. Late teens, early 20s, full of enthusiasm, super smart, and genuinely lovely. So I went along to this birthday party, and it had some walkway into the house that was kind of like, considering you're in like a block, like a cul-de-sac above a property is, I didn't expect there to be that much space leading towards the house. So there was 2 security guards, and I wandered past those guys and went past some like trimmed hedges, all perfectly shaped, and it's set up like a portaloo system, like the sort you get but behind the scenes when you're working on a shoot. You get those nice mountable toilets. So they had those set up, and then you wander down, and this veranda that led down into a pool that was in line with the ocean, and then it was this gorgeous orange sunset with the bridge and the opera house in the background, and I was just like just better than any music video I ever watched. I was just, these people just live here. There's about 200 young people and family members at this party. I had a wicked time. It was great. But yeah, sometimes it blows me away just seeing how, like, I've grown up in an extremely privileged lifestyle, given like the situation for the majority of mankind, especially people who've been in the past, like let alone the current day. So when you sort of step up to another level, and you're like, wow, these guys really have leveled up here. Is this my goal? Is this the potential? Is this the standard of living that we all elevate to slowly but surely as time goes on? I don't know, but either way, I'm sure they worked very hard and they deserve it. So thanks for bringing me there.
Wow. Yeah, it's I've been down to Point Piper recently and gone just seeing the buildings there and just going, okay, that's all very huge and interesting. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm starting to run out of things to ask you about, because being that. What do you think of the name for the show, by the way? Two Red Chairs.
Two Red Chairs. It seems extremely appropriate. It does. I love it.
Thought I'd keep it simple.
I'm sitting on that sofa with you, mate, with my mask on.
Well, I wanted to actually show a good example. Instead of just sneaking guests in and doing it, I thought better to lead by example. Like you don't want to be you don't want to be in the media doing the wrong thing.
Well, let me volunteer this then. So I had this idea, and it was about a week and a half ago that I really wanted to action it. And since then, more and more steps of limitations on our freedoms have come into play. The idea was to create a magic episode, like a 30-minute out on the street episode called Magic is Essential, because there's so much push for these essential workers at the moment. And thank you very much for everybody who is continuing to work and putting themselves under threat in a difficult time like this.
Look after everyone else.
At the same token, it's like some industries have been just selected as the ones that aren't essential. And ironically, those are the industries that we're kind of depending on the most for our own entertainment. So it's like the arts and entertainment world. So we'll find other replacements for it by listening to music rather than going to gigs, by watching Netflix rather than going to a theater, or having a drink and vibing in front of your digital screen. And you're still soaking up that art, but all of those artists and creators that you're enjoying their work now, they most likely don't have any work or purpose going on compared to, say, a month ago. So I wanted to get out and, respecting social distancing rules, approach people who are doing the essential work. So people who are still selling a coffee in a cafe, people who are still working at the checkouts or stocking a shelf, people who are on the trains and underground networks. So all of this. And I thought, how good to share a trick or two with those guys, social distance friendly, wet wipes if I'm passing a pen, or do everything hands off, or whatever it is, and handy sand and do the thing. And that was the goal, and then get those reactions and get that meaning and message behind it, because magic is essential for us all in some way.
And that also puts a face on the people who are providing those essential services too, because we all hear about essential services, but until you actually see what someone who's working in healthcare is going through, or someone who's working in another actual essential service is going through, you don't really, I mean, you think it's stressful for us with social distancing. Be someone who's working in a hospital with people with COVID-19. It's good to put a face on those people. So, please continue.
Well, that was my goal, that was my hope. And I'm just meeting a bit of resistance, firstly through some of the people that were perhaps going to help with this project, and then a suggestion that maybe this would be viewed upon badly and people wouldn't take it as a good thing that you've gone out and done this, and you shouldn't be doing that because you should only be exercising or picking up the shopping. So, I know, meanwhile, we're being told if you can work, then you should work, go to work.
And this is your work. So,
correct. So, I don't know where I stand with it. I've got the balls to do it. I will push the boundaries to make it happen, and I'll be respectful of social distancing whilst thanking these people for their hard work in the process and sharing magic with them, creating a video that I can then go on and inspire other people to be like, this is the sort of gift you can give these people, rather than a shitty attitude because you've had to queue up a bit longer, or because your favourite loo roll weren't on the shelf for the 17th week in a row. That was my goals. So I need somebody else basically to hold an iPhone for me. That's it. I want to get out and do it. So could still be happening. I've just got to make it happen. Happen.
While adhering to the rules and leading by example.
Yes, exactly.
And how long have you been socially distancing for?
Oh, well, my gig's wrapped up real quick. I mean, being in this industry, we were the second to get hit. Was it like travel and then entertainment?
That's right. So that would have been early mid-April.
February. My first.
March. Yeah, geez, what month is it now?
Oh, mate, what year is it?
March.
Jesus Christ.
Early mid-March. That's right. Yeah.
So, I think we should start measuring the date by how many days are left.
Yeah. Well, I'm not making plans before July. I'm just thinking this is it. This is it till July.
Yeah. Stay cozy. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. So yeah, I got my first job cancelled in January. That was a Chinese New Year event. The next one was early February. Then I had another one cancelled on the 8th of February. That one, I'd been paid in full, and they cancelled like really close, like 24 hours out.
Yeah.
I wasn't pushed to give a full refund, and that was really nice. So that was helpful because all the rest of my bookings started dropping like flies that week, and I'd get like this bad news calls. But yeah, so I guess February I've started to be a bit more quiet. I still get to nature. They've sort of said, I think, no unnecessary driving now.
That's
but
right.
If I get the opportunity to get out and do my exercise along a coast or a national park or something, then I've sort of been taking advantage of that over the past few weeks. So we'll see what the future's saying. Yeah, just getting out and enjoying it. Have you been getting out and getting your fresh air and soaking up some exercise?
I have been. I was just thinking while you were talking about exercise, I'm just going to run off camera, grab something that I want to show you that I bought today, and because I know you'll have some input to it. So you are here by yourself. You've got the show for the next 15 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Axford doing something while I'm off.
Welcome to my show, guys. I hope you've enjoyed our current guest, Kearon. He's a very talented cameraman, and he's full of energy and inspiration. So he's currently backstage preparing a few things, but when he returns, I'm sure he'll be looking dazzling, and he's going to entertain us with all of his incredible skills. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Kearon.
Hi, Adam. It's great to be on your show. I must say you're looking rippingly magician-like today. Now, we were talking about exercise.
We were. What you got? Yeah.
That's right. Simon over at White Collar Boxing saw and liked the show and decided that I could use a bit less pudginess and sent me some gloves. Thank you, Simon at White Collar Boxing. These are 16-ounce gloves. Now, I thought that had to do with some sort of weight, but it actually has to do with how much padding's in it. And because I have less than zero technique, extra padding's good. That way I won't bust my wrist when I'm hitting the bag. Now, I know you're a Krav Maga instructor.
Correct. I am an instructor of Krav Maga. Yeah.
Can you? So correct me if I'm wrong. Krav Maga is the Israeli close combat form of fighting. Yeah.
Yeah. It is
close quarters, rather.
Military self-defense. It's designed to protect yourself or someone else who is around you, so you can protect a third party from an attacker that may be bigger or stronger than you, or armed as well. So we do lots of things defending against baseball bat attacks, knife attacks, gun disarms. I've been sharing a few of these videos, like 1 minute gun disarm tutorial on my social media. So I've got a few left in the bank I need to sort of put out there. Yeah, I love it, mate. It's a really great way of connecting and contacting. So at the moment, that's off the limits. There's a couple of people that I've been training in a park and doing some pad work and just doing that, like stepping, boxing training with some kicks and a little bit of stuff with the baseball bat and disarms. So it's great when you're down the park, and some people are doing their boxing sort of boxercise, and that's cool. And there's a few people doing their like resistance exercises, and then there's me with like a lookalike rubber knife expecting him to be able to disarm and do the thing. But yeah, we get the looks. It's funny. Always an attention seeker. Yeah, we should do a session when this blows over and we start and get a little bit more freedom. I will take you through a few bits. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be good fun.
That sounds like it would be entertaining to watch, because I'm someone that stubs my toe in my own place on the way to my own bathroom. So I'm not the world's most coordinated person. I like to think of myself as a thinker more than a physical type of guy. But now I have gloves, so at least something will be happening there. Do you think there's any crossover in your interest and skill set between being a sleight of hand magician and Krav Maga?
I think they're essentially the same thing if you look at them in this particular frame, and that is learning a set sequence of moves that you refine and make work for your own body type, and then you have to apply them in real time, in real life, in an ever-changing situation, and have it work out for the best. And if it doesn't work out, then you adapt and fix it until it does. So that's exactly what I'm doing, whether it's a stage show, whether it's up-close magic, whether it's the conversation I'm having with you right now, or the training of Krav Maga and doing some, whether you're sparring or whether you're working on like weapon defense. Very similar.
I think if any of my audience wants to see me do a Krav Maga lesson with, how far am I going to go to entertain people? I think it's definitely going to have to be a thing.
I think we should do it, mate. I think that I'll get myself over there. Look, I am squeaky clean. I'll handy stand up. So if you want to risk it, then maybe we can do some exercise together, which is I think acceptable and allowed right now. And I'll teach you a few moves, and we'll do it for the camera. And I might ragdoll you a little bit, but I promise.
Doesn't sound like something I'm going to want to tell all my friends about.
No, it'll be great. You'll be able to see, I'll teach you how to defend against a baseball bat, how to stop a knife attack, disarm a gun, and if someone's choking you, how to get out of that real quick. So, we should do it. Episode 2 for 2 red chairs and 2 black eyes.
Ow. Because usually my disarm technique has to do with comedy and distraction.
Yeah. That works too, dude, 100%. The first defense is don't be there. So if you can talk your way out of it, then do that.
Yeah, wow. That's yes, I like to defend people with my comedy chi, if you like.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been like running over a verse that I wrote before for my wordsmithery, and I will share it with you guys.
Please do.
If that's cool.
Yeah, for
I haven't
sure.
performed it in a while, so I'm not going to focus so much on performance, but I'll share the content. And I think it's a little bit of an uplifting message during these difficult times.
Okay.
So I want people to remember that they are unstoppable. Word to Ganesha, remover of obstacles, spirit molecule present in every hair follicle. You are a rare article. And while these Greek gods shine like marble, you should shine like the God particle. This is not arguable. And I gravitate to the philosophical. Am I Adam, or am I cells and atoms? I set myself a challenge to get my love, wealth, talents, and mental health in balance before the end of the world happens. Because it is apocalypse now or never. And I found treasure in the cave I fear. This is a hero's journey. I ain't staying right here. They said life's written, but I'm playing by ear, because there's no point sitting on a great idea. So I praise the pioneers and toast those who give hope to the hopeless. Magic isn't hocus pocus. So find depth in your field, adjust your focus. You just got to trust the process.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adam Axford, this is probably the weakest clap you've ever heard because it's only one person, but I'm clapping on behalf of at the stage of this stream, over the last week, the shows have had over 1,000 views.
Legendary.
So let's say that's 1,000 person applause for you.
Yeah, I'll take all of those 1,000 applauses personally. Thank you very much.
Oh, cool. All right, man. Well, look,
Mate, legendary. Well done on you putting this show together. You've had some fantastic guests on already. I look forward to checking out what more wonderful, talented people that you're in your network and can spend their time sharing their smiles with us on the screen.
Oh, thanks,
so keep
man.
it up. You're a legend. It's amazing that you're doing it, and thank you for inviting me on your platform.
Oh, man. Well, thanks for taking the time out of your obviously incredibly busy day to go all the way to your balcony.
Got a lot to do, mate. There's a lot going on.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Adam Axford, magician, wordsmith. Details will be up on the post. Thank you.
Checking out.
That's all she wrote.